to then be translated into your outer world. But it's not enough to just visualize that scene. This is the part that took me 39 years to get to. Visualizing it in your mind is one thing. You have to attach the feeling and the faith to it. And I like the work that Neville Goddard does because he makes it so simple. I studied things like the Jose Silva method, Joe Dispenza, a lot of people that teach this in a way, and it works. If you believe it to work, it will work, but it's a little bit more complex. Neville taught it in a way that was super simple and is distilled in this book. And the key is you create a scene in your mind that implies what it is you want is already done. And by the way, this is in Scripture as well. You don't hope, you don't want, you don't beg, you don't visualize the process of it being like on your way to it being done. You live as if your wish was fulfilled. You live as if it is already done. And you'll get into this in detail in this book. And that's going to be your homework for this week, to go through the book. But let me give you just a very simplistic example. Let's say you wanted a new job opportunity. You were trying to get a new job. This is where I used to go wrong. You wouldn't visualize the process of you getting a job, walking into the office, doing the interview, all of that stuff. No. You would visualize a scene that might naturally happen that implies that the job is already done. And so you would visualize a scene in your mind. It can only be a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That implies that you have what it is that you want, that the wish is fulfilled. Wayne Dyer talks about this a lot as well, too. He was actually inspired a lot by Neville Goddard, come to find out, which is how I got turned on to Neville Goddard. And so the scene might be a phone call from a friend or family member congratulating you on your new job. Now, where I used to go wrong and stop is that would be it, the visualization. And I would visualize and visualize and visualize and nothing would happen. Or I would pray and pray and pray in my Catholic years and my Christian years and nothing would happen. The key component is feeling and then faith. And I'll talk about that. So in that scene that implies it's done, not wanting, not hoping, and that's the thing sometimes with prayer is prayer can be oftentimes done in a way where you're wanting and you're hoping, God, please help me. Please heal me. No, read Scripture. It doesn't say please. It says right here, therefore I tell you what. So there's a part in Scripture that you can study, and I got fascinated with how did Jesus pray? Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. It's powerful. And that's what Neville is saying in his work, and that's what this book is saying. Okay, we're sidetracking here. Let me go back to that scene. So you create a scene in your mind that implies you have that job. A phone call from your family or a friend, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, whoever, congratulating you on your new job. Hey, Dylan, congratulations on your new opportunity. Now, in your mind and in your visualization, you can hear that. You can feel that. This is the key, that this is the cornerstone. If you're, this is the piece, like if you're a mason and you're building an ark, there's what you call a cornerstone, and it's at the top and it holds everything together. If you take that out, it all falls down. Faith or feeling is the cornerstone that brings it all about. And so in your visualization, in that scene, you treat it as if it were a memory, as if it had already happened. That's how you look at this, as if it has already happened. A memory. And you feel in that scene with all of your senses, your sight, Sorry, I'm pointing my ears. Your sight, your hearing. Taste is a sense. Air, atmosphere. You're sitting at a table. Can you feel the chair beneath you? I'm sitting in a chair right now. Can you feel the chair beneath you? What shirt do you have on? You utilize all of your senses and you feel them. You feel them with all of your capacity. You hear the sound. You feel the relief in your heart. Thank you for this. Thank you for this new job. How would you feel if you had just received that new job that you were hoping for? How would you feel? Feel it in your imagination. Embody it as if it has already happened, as if it were a memory. That's the key. That's the key that I was missing for 39 years. And when I remembered that, especially through Neville's work, I could repeat it with predictability over and over and over and over and over. Not concerning myself with the time in which it might happen, because there's a lot of things that play a role in which how it will. Remember, you are God. God doesn't care about time. God is eternal. So you don't concern yourself with the time. And then now here's the other key cornerstone, the key component, faith. Because as you internalize this and you visualize this scene and you feel this scene, there is going to be times in which it happens right away. And there's going to be times in which you're sitting there, and I have experienced this countless times. And so have students and everybody else. And Neville teaches this. There will be times where you're sitting there and you're visualizing every day. And 6 months later, remember, I took a year to heal my back. Okay? Do you think there weren't times within that year that I wanted to give up? I said, this ain't working. This doesn't make sense. No, I held the faith. Just like Scripture tells you. Have faith. If you had the faith as small as a mustard seed, which is very small, you could tell that mountain to move and it would move. What are they saying there? What is Jesus saying? What are the spiritual texts saying? What is the mystic saying? Faith. Faith is believing despite your senses.